Welcome back. As you can see, I've done a little bit of planning ahead just to make sure the areas that I marked out last episode will actually achieve what I want and be big enough. So what I've been doing here is just putting in my check-in desks and my automated check-in desks. There's a new potential staff room there. But as you can see, this is all still in planning mode. I'm not certain how well this is going to work once we actually add in space for queues and chairs and everything, so let's just keep working with that and see how we go. So in essence, in fact I might do colored floors just to do this the simple way. Each queue starts off about there, probably needs to be sort of that size, and potentially we can just, crop off a small section at the bottom there to let people through, but this baggage bag drop machine is actually optional anyway, so we'll see. Anyway, let's see. We've got those, we've got those, we've got that, yeah, and then seating. This is plenty of room for seating. I was at one stage thinking this was a corridor through to another section. I'm no longer convinced. It really depends on what that section is going to end up being. If I've got check-in on ground floor for these wings, then that would be security and shopping and other things. Actually, shopping might be... that might work out. And that's one of the other things I want to figure out. If we look at shops, and let's just say my marking there was accurate, which I'm sure it won't be, 288 square meters, and I only have 2 contracts available. Well, that's interesting. What about if I unpause? Anyway, that's large enough for a 5-star, which is really all I was trying to work out right at the moment. And presumably if I use a food store, that's slightly larger, but same diff. That is large enough for a 5-star food store. That's great. Okay, cool. So those are large enough. Extra space could be good, particularly for queuing issues that we were seeing in the last episode. But let's say there's not enough passengers. Should be, because there's 6 large stands, but let's just pretend for a second that there's not enough passengers to sustain 2 full-sized 5-star shops in this check-in area. Well, if they were linked through to this not quite baggage, not quite security area, because, security doesn't have to be this entire space. It could just be probably that. And then we probably don't even need this little bit here at all. And all of this needs to be cleaned up, so we don't want a wall there. But we do want as much of that to be secure as possible. I think that's hitting a wall at the bottom. Yeah, okay. Something like that. In which case, this whole section could also be check-in for something. And maybe... I'm worried about how thin these corridors are, and I may end up having to get rid of that medium stand and that hanger and that medium stand and possibly even this large stand, just to make that big enough for all of seating and other amenities that we'll need. But that comes back to my repetitive point of stop planning so far ahead. I think this works. I'm just not sure about that shop, so if I build that 1 second, that's not such a big deal. The other option I could do, and I like this option, if I go and grab my floors and say, let's say to there, so it's to the larger line, and then dark from say there to about yep, again to the larger line there, and then we can get rid of that bit and that bit. They're the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not even close. All right. By having the shops spaced out that way, I can put the toilets back in, and the toilets could be, say, there and there. You've got a potential corridor through here if we need one, and the entrances to the shops can be here and here. I like it. I think that'll work. So let's actually start going ahead and building some of this. So let's fence that in, except for that bit, because we may want it later. These are bathrooms that are probably far too large. And then I want to build all of these, not including that bag drop at the end. I want to build all of that and all of that. Then we want to start thinking about chairs and colors. So we've got a green terminal and a blue terminal. In my tutorial series, I ended up using yellow and orange, which I wasn't super happy with. So I wonder what color I'm going to end up with. Ooh, I just had an idea. You may have noticed that on the occasions where I put text on top of the video, I tend to do it in pink. Now, my reasoning for that is quite simply pink shows up really well. There are no pink colors ordinarily, but what if? What if we actually no, let's go with purple. I like the idea of purple. Maybe? Nah, let's make it rich. Let's make that my purple. And no, we're not keeping the green carpet with the purple check-in area. That just looks awful. Can't spray those, can I? No. Okay, that's fine. You can spray. Okay. That's honestly very bad. That looks really, really terrible. White? Close enough. I don't think purple stairs looks very good, fellas. What about if it was just really pale? No, that still looks awful. Alright. Let's get out of that before I paint something else purple. Now, this is a staff room. Staff go through here. Also, I want to fill a gap, so let's grab another pot plant. No gap. Also, this isn't meant to be in planning mode. Those bits were meant to get built. Alright, those will get constructed. We'll need our bathrooms, which I will try to save time on by copying or by doing it off camera. Then we need security, and then we need all of this. Now for this section, I think I will continue having actual staff, so we can have, oops, actual boarding desks. And I really don't like the placement of those stairs, so they're probably going to move. And I'm sure that won't be enough for a large plane, so let's put that there and there. And let's pretend that that's actually going to be enough. And copy them. And that doesn't line up quite the way I thought it would. Oh no, it's fine. What happened there? What? Honestly, this game sometimes is the weirdest damn thing. Alright, I want these lined up, thank you. Let's try that again. Copy all of these. They are lined up. No, not there. My mouse moved at the wrong moment. I was leaving more space than that anyway. Let's get rid of those. I want it one back. About there. Flip it around and things stayed lined up this time. Thank you. There, and those ones are actually two back, but whatever. So all that can go in. Let's just double check that we've actually got that as a secure zone. Yes, good. And then we need tons of seating. And toilets and other things. So let's do that first. If we mark out our potential toilets, got some down the bottom already. Let's say here. And let's think about another store. Not a 5-star. Somewhere in those sorts of regions for my stores. This has potential. Those stairs. Yeah, okay. To save my sanity, I'm going to construct that much of that and put some stairs in there so that they're out of the way. And that way around, please. Different zones, yes, of course. And I'm going to use a little cheating trick that I learned somewhere along the way. If I draw in doors, I can get rid of them and not have to wait for the walls to get deleted. which means I can now actually join that up. Yes, thank you, it's joined. Small stairs, that way around. There, please. And that should make it possible for all of my ramp agents to get through without these stairs being in my way. Because I don't want passengers, well, it probably wouldn't actually make a difference, but essentially I want seating. So I want plenty of seating. That's a shop, yeah, so in fact, I'm going to put them closer together. And then I'm going to change my mind completely. Give me all these. And then make them disappear. And then, as said, thank you. Let's move them in that much. And put in some nicer seats along what will become a window. Also remember bins. So let's start from there. Like so. Bins. Right. If this is my template, can I make it fit anywhere else? Definitely here, it can fit here. And there. And yeah, I like that. Like so. And then we can put it here, but then chop some of it off. Probably back to there, I think. And probably the same deal over this side. Those were bathrooms here. And here. Something like that. Now, it would have saved me time if I'd actually remembered to make them purple before I copied them, but too bad. Purple, please. Yes, those can be purple too. And those. Excellent. And now for the expensive bit. Build these. Oops. These. And that. And get rid of some walls. Hey, it's doing that thing again. Planning mode doesn't cancel properly when you switch into bulldozer. Beware of that. Alright, we will need to actually construct this. What am I looking for? I'm looking for roads. I'm sure that's going to make the vehicles go in crazy directions, but let's see what happens. Cool. So that's all getting constructed. How's this section going? All done. Yep, cool. Let's put out our... yeah. Let's do it this way, I think. I'm going to start with just that length. I don't know if that's going to be enough. So we go left to the edge of its own thing, then to the bottom, across, back, then, and like so. Select the next one and repeat. Cool. So the other thing I haven't actually been paying any attention to is conveyor belts. We will need conveyor belts. And I think I'm going to redesign something in a moment, but let's get this started. Yes, that way around. That will go along there. This will go along here. And yeah. I'm going to move all of this. The reason I want to move it is because I would like to not have to go up any further or down multiple floors. I just want my conveyor belt to go along here and then drop down into the baggage bay. Cool. So we will now need a door. Yes, the staff are going to walk over the conveyor belt. There's nothing much I can do about that. And these are switched off for some reason. Weird. Is my baggage bay built yet? No. Okay, never mind. Back to conveyor belts. Along here, through that bit of wall, along here. Like so. At which point it goes down. And from there, we can switch to the high speed one, which costs a fortune. And we'll figure it out from there. Cool. At which point I want to wall that off. I don't want passengers seeing the bags moving around. I don't want anyone to interfere with them, etc., etc. Right, this is a staff room. This is probably a staff room, but we'll leave it for the moment. This is dead space, so I'm going to make it a staff room anyway, but it really doesn't need to be that big. And I did have another idea while I was doing all of that. Let's grab Let's grab our decorations first. No, not flowers. These. If I were to put, say, giant plants there, and a hedge, let's see, there. This is very much off center, so it's probably going to get redesigned a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it shouldn't be off center. Let's draw that hedge there. I don't know, it still looked wrong. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, it's a nice decorative area, and there's going to be some really high-class seating there. No, what am I looking for? These. Just because they're the highest cost ones, and therefore I think passengers like them. You may be wondering why. Mostly because I felt like it. There wasn't really any rhyme or reason to that. It was just, I wanted to have something other than these same boring seats that we have every time. Like that. Put some nice big doors on these shops. And I've kind of noticed, if you look at the way the shops work, passengers come in from outside of the shop and tend to go straight to the counter, especially with the food shops. The other stores tend to not have that much traffic in general, but the food stores, I've often seen queues that go past all of my tables and things. So I'm thinking if we make, let's say this one into a food store, and figure out what they need. Oh look, we have lots of options now, good. 9 display fridges and a cafe counter. Yeah, somehow that's 5-star, alright. If we went with the cafe counter, which is totally not what this is labeled as, but I know what they mean. That way around. Put that there, and I'm actually going to put 2 just for safety, because we saw how long that queue got last time. And then it's display fridges. The most boring object of the game. 2, 3, 4. Wow. Wherever that plane is, it's really loud. I'll try to make the audio a bit more balanced this time. I noticed in the last episode I was getting drowned out at times by the game effects. We don't want that. Right, and in the interest of sticking with our exceedingly expensive seats over here, let's do the same thing here. Because in reality, I think what you would do is you would walk up, grab something from the display fridge, and then pay for it. But the passengers don't seem to behave that way. Right. This can be our 5-star restaurant, wine and cheese. So how's all this going? Those are constructed. This is constructed. Okay, good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if I can do the other things at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, what's your problem? Yes, of course. That's perfectly fair. We need to sort this out. I just realized what I haven't actually thought about, and that thing is baggage claim. Totally didn't think about that. How big does baggage claim have to be? Not this big, but that's actually probably a good size. Let's just copy that for a second. No, I think we discovered we can't copy across floors, didn't we? If I copy that. Yeah. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. We can't move those stairs. Alright, baggage claim's just going to have to be over here somewhere. That's fine. We'll just mark it off for now. Let's say baggage claim somewhere around there. Okay. I think that's getting close to half an hour, so I'm going to finish these bathrooms and then stop recording. And there we have it. We're getting very close to having this wing open now, I think. Just got to sort out the baggage bay and the conveyor belts and baggage handling and connect everything up. I think we're getting pretty close to ready to go. Until then, bye-bye.